I feel like I look so pale. But hi Leo, and welcome to the Mother Tressa channel. If you're already familiar with this space, then you already know what to expect. So welcome back. Glad to have you back and to be interacting with your energy again. But if you are new, welcome in. We're here to embrace you with love and acceptance. So feel free to come as you are, wherever you are energetically, be it positive, negative, or neutral. It really doesn't matter so long as you leave better than you came. And I do often trigger some people, so just be very careful when you're watching this channel. But definitely give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe if you vibe with my energy by the end of the video and you want more. Let's get into it. What you guys have as the overlying energy is the Eight of Pentacles. Cruise that hound you is the Three of Swords. Ooh. Why did it fall? What's real about the situation, you guys have the Hierophant. What's wrong about the situation, you guys have the Three of Cups. It was in between being vertically, like straight up in orientation, and kind of tilted horizontally. So look, you guys, where you need more information, you have the Page of Cups reversed. But where you end up, outcome card, you guys have the Ten of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you guys are going to be starting completely over in a certain relationship or dynamic that you have already been a part of or like played a major role in. So yeah, right now things are a little bit uncomfortable because you're having to, or some of you guys are just naturally trying to distract yourselves with work and just trying to find things to occupy your mind so you don't have to think about the heartache, whatever it is that you feel has left a hole in your in your heart, right? Because this is piercing energy. This is something that also can like sting. So this can be like a job or anything else that you've been committed again to, because you have the Hierophant, which is all about things that are contractual in nature. This is typical traditional relationship card for most readers. But you definitely see like there's some sort of scripture there. So it's something that you have some sort of like assignment to complete with it, right? So if you guys believe in reincarnation, I don't know what's wrong with my voice either, but if you guys believe in reincarnation, or you guys just believe in the fact that like energy never dies, then you know that there are some people that you've met on this plane or in your existence that just have a different resonance. You know what I mean? They feel extremely familiar, like you've known them for forever, even though it can only have been like minutes that you had like any sort of interaction with them. It's those types of things. And so you feel like you're meeting them again, just in a different form by way of which they materialized, just so that you can complete any karmic debt maybe that you have owed in that lifetime. So that's where I was trying to bring that up, like with reincarnation and stuff like that, because when you transition, if your heart is not as light as a feather or lighter than a feather, as they do with that depiction with Judgment Day when you pass over, then you are going to be carrying some baggage, right? And so to relieve yourself of that, you have to reincarnate. But anyway, it can be like that. It can be with a job, like you're meant to be doing something that is completely mundane or boring, or with the Eight of Pentacles vibrationally belonging to the sign of Scorpios. To the other end, that's a little bit more optimistic and positive, right? You can be like doing research, or that's what skill set you have to refine at this time. That's what's missing out of the toolbox of assets that you are supposed to have in order to produce or create this thing. So you can be either in a period of, I don't want to say isolation, what is that called? Just more introversion with the Eight of Pentacles. You know how they say like Scorpios can be like very private and or come off as being very secretive, like they have something to hide. So you can very physically be doing that, where you're not really making yourself visible to the naked eye, or making yourself visible to the public right now, which is kind of unlike you guys in your true nature. Maybe that's what's coming through with this Three of Cups energy, and you being Leos and wanting to usually be the center of attention. So again, maybe you've gone through something hard where you realize like it's not all about you. And so this research here, or this investigative work that you can also be involved with, or involving yourself with, it can be turned inward to where like you're investigating yourself and your behavioral patterns with the Eight of Pentacles, or just your habits, and maybe like trying to put finishing touches on those things, or seeing like where you can make improvements with this Eight of Pentacles energy. And so this is a period of isolation for you to work on those things and that further character development, so that you can be more of an ideal partner. Say if you don't have this person physically around you, but it's like you want to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be here. And so sometimes in order to do that, what's required is that you rebel against your own nature. And I'm only saying that because the Page of Wands is behind that. But I don't want that to come off as like being bad. So what I mean by like rebelling against your own nature is you fighting the urge to make it seem like you're without flaw, like it's never your fault, and kind of throwing the blame on other people. Anybody can do this. This can be the person that you have been involved with too, right? So you're having to suspend disbelief that you could be a terrible person in looking inwards. And really just being authentic with what impressions you have been having on people. So some of you guys are looking at it like that. Or with this job, you're having to do, again, more investigative work, which is rebelling against your own nature, because you're needing to learn how to be more steadfast and or thorough. More detail oriented, if you will, with this Eight of Pentacles energy that's here. Suspending disbelief that whatever you produce is quality work, you know. Though you may want to be efficient, the selling point with anything and being able to advance in anything or any field or with anybody is to be consistent in it, right? To have the same result time and time again. So some of you guys are really learning how systematic a lot of things are in the way that they operate, right? Just looking at the assembly of life is what's coming through. But for those of you that are just, again, going back to the top, just trying to busy yourself with work or other tasks, just so that you can keep from having to acknowledge how you feel, right? Because Cups is all about feeling energy. Then it's just realizing that there's going to come a point that you will have a breakdown. So some of you guys might be like inconsolable or uncontrollable at this time. Maybe some of you guys, if you're out in public and then you have a moment where you get that flashback with this Three of Swords energy about that moment where your heart was shattered in whatever way that it was, again, with all of these different factors that can be at play for what's going on in people's lives, then I feel like some of you guys are like excusing yourselves and kind of going into the bathroom stall, or just making sure that you're just in private, like while you're showering, and just like fully like breaking down, sobbing. Some of you guys. Or it's just you really need to be honest with where you need more information, and the Page of Cups being in reverse with how sad you are. I know that this can be difficult, right? It's easier said than done with this energy here, for sure. That might be what I titled the video. When we come to talk about topics like sensitivity in men and fragile masculinity and all those other types of terms and definitions for like what a man is supposed to look like, or how a man should behave, or what is really truly acceptable, oftentimes, which can be different from the opinions of one's peer groups, or just those that have the greatest influence on us and some of the decisions that we make. It can be hard to sit here and be like, for the men watching this video, like, it's okay to cry, it's okay to have a moment, it's okay to show how you feel, it's okay to express that somebody's inability to keep their word makes me sad, or just whatever it is, or just my inability to see myself for who I am and all the potential that I have, and being honest with, like, I know that I'm meant to do great things. You know, I'm marked for destiny. I'm anointed. Some of you guys know that you are anointed with all of this energy that's here. But it's like you getting to the finish line. It's really hard for you to keep the faith right now because you feel like you keep going and you keep working and you keep knocking on these doors and you keep getting shut out, you know, or you're not invited to the Rock Nation brunches, you know, you're not invited to really speak your piece. You're not allowed to really speak your piece. And so I can get how some of that can cause you guys to start to internalize, you know, or be more private with that Eight of Pentacles energy, or just to, though you have a big heart, just not showing that. Then I can see how you can do that after enough times of being told no. But it's like you have to think of it from a more practical sense, right? And looking at it from a practical lens with saying, what is the law of averages here? There are 7 billion, 8 billion, however many people live on the face of this earth right now, you know, and it's just a matter of time before I get that one person that wants to take a chance on me. It's just a matter of time before I really find the person that is really going to be there when I need them the most, you know. That's really going to be like a ride or die, if you will, with that energy. It's only a matter of time. You just have to kiss X amount of frogs. You just have to get rejected X amount of times before somebody really sees that light in you and let it shine. But don't allow those no's to discourage you and make it feel like there's something wrong with you. It's just the product itself. Or again, it's not necessarily you in these relationships, but it's a certain character trait that you have that just is not, for lack of a better word, like the most appealing. I don't know how I want to say that, but it's just looking at it like that, you know. Or it's just some of you guys, yeah, you're going through a moment right now, but with you being a little bit, again, more introverted and just keeping to yourself more, you're going to be able to do that real deep work on yourself and really be able to let all of these pent up emotions that you've had come out so that you can see them. You can start to put labels on them. You can start to acknowledge which ones actually belong to you and what people have trying to throw on you, and then deflecting that, right? Those things that really are not of you, just deflecting that back out like, okay, that's an opinion you have and that's fine, but that's not how I see myself, and being okay with that. Like, not everybody's meant to like you. And for those that are into people pleasing with this Three of Cups energy, that's what you're going to have to realize. Okay, you're going to have to let some people down and disappoint some people. Not everybody is meant to be part of your soul tribe, but with you being able to step back and look at that, and look at all your influences and just look at your emotions and feelings again, and be a little bit more transparent, you're able to find this joy, this peace. You're able to reconnect with this person. Some of you guys, that's the thing, you're not very good with words. And so that's something that you're going to have to work on. But for those of you that have been apart from somebody that you deeply care about and love, and you feel like there is like a more soulful connection with this person, spiritual connection, if you will, with this Three of Cups, maybe one of you guys has not been the most spiritually aware or awakened. So if you know that this is more so your energy, then what's wrong about the situation is your person isn't spiritually where you are, or vice versa. And so it's just going to take a little bit of time before they start to wake up, and or they may never wake up. And so for some of you guys, you have to realize if this is something that's going to be a deal breaker, or if this is something that you can work through with that energy at the bottom of the deck here to have a relationship. For some of you though, that person will eventually wake up, okay? It's just a matter of time. So just don't lose faith and hope that you guys can be together if you know that you're meant to be together. From all the signs and synchronicities, possibly, that you guys have been seeing or that you've been shown here. If you're separated, I don't feel like you guys, either one of you guys, are really dating right now. So you can let go of that idea. Let go of that idea that they're going to fall in love with somebody else. But once they have come to their senses, do know they will come after you. Okay? So that's what I have for you, Leos. If this reading resonated, give me a thumbs up. Share this with your friends and family. Subscribe if you haven't, and book with me should you need to. But if I don't hear from you, then please just take care of yourself and your soul until you hear from me again. Ciao.